Hi everyone, once again welcome back, and this is the second part of lecture 1. In the part 1 we have seen what is forest, its definition and classification of forest. In this part we are going to see what is forestry, silviculture and silvics. First is forestry. Forestry is the theory and practice of creation, conservation and scientific management of forest and the utilization of their resources, which means forestry includes all the activities which starts from creation of a forest till the utilization of their final resources. Means the creation of a forest starts with nursery, right? After nursery we are going for planting in the field. For that we have to prepare the land preparation works. After land preparation we go for planting. After planting we need to irrigate and fertilizer application, right? During the growth of the plants, we have to do tending operations. Tending operations like removal of the weed and removal of the trees which are not fit to grow, right? That is thinning. In short, it's thinning, and weeding and thinning are the tending operations. And when it reaches the maturity, we have to harvest it. After harvest, we have to utilize the harvested product utilization. So every activities that starts from the nursery till the utilization of the final product constitutes forestry, right? This is all about this picture, that is from creation, starts with nursery, then planting. When the plants reaches the maturity, we go for harvesting, and harvesting the timber goes to paper mill. Let's say we are harvesting a casuarina plantation which is utilized for paper production, and this timber goes to paper mills, and we are finally utilizing this as final product, right? All these activities together forms forestry. In silviculture, this utilization part is not considered. First we go for planting or creation, then we develop the stands, then we harvest, then we again go for planting. This is all about silviculture. In forestry, this final part is considered, while in silviculture, the final utilization part is not considered. Next is silviculture. It is a branch of forestry which deals with establishment, development, care and reproduction of the stand of timber, right? Let's look this silviculture cycle, which means we are creating the stand, we are producing it, seedling stage. Then next is establishment is creation, development and care. Development means it's we are developing it, right? From sapling stage it goes to pole, juvenile stage. Here we are caring activities like thinning. Thinning means removal of unwanted trees. So we are doing thinning activities which improves the stand. Then at the maturity, it reaches the maturity. At the maturity we harvest, right? After harvesting, we go for planting. This is the silvicultural cycle. Here the final utilization of that product is not considered, while in forestry the final utilization of the product is considered, right? Next is silvics. In silvics we are studying how a plant grows, how it reproduces and how it responds to the environmental conditions, which means a same species can perform in different ways under different environmental conditions, right? For example, let's take a light demanding species. When the intensity of the light is very more, the leaves will arrange like this, right? While when the intensity of light is very less, the leaves will arrange like this one, which means in this arranging pattern, when the light is very high, the leaves will arrange like this, while when the light is very less, the leaves will arrange like this, which means it is increasing its surface area, right? In this it is reducing the surface area, in this it is increasing the surface area, which means when the environmental condition varies, the trees adjust itself to the environmental conditions, right? And how the trees adjust to the environmental conditions and how it grows, reproduces and all the behaviors are studied in silvics. All right. in Silvics, we are studying how a tree grows and how it responds to environmental conditions. And in silviculture, we are studying how to grow a tree and how to manipulate the environment for a tree for its better growth, right? So, what is the objective of silviculture, or why we need to study silviculture? Let's say we want to grow a plant. For that, we have to know silviculture. Why? By understanding the silviculture, we can manipulate the growth. How? Let's say a plant to grow in initial stage requires 200 milliliter of water every day, right? But we want to plant this particular species in an area where the amount of water received is only 5 milliliter per day. Per plant, it receives only 5 milliliter per day. This is for per day, and this is also for per day. And we know that this plant requires 200 milliliter of water per day by studying the silviculture. So, by knowing this fact, you can supply the extra water it requires to this area, right? So, by supplying the optimum amount of water, we are helping to improve the growth of the plant, right? So, for improving the growth of a tree in terms of quality as well as quantity, we need to study silviculture, right? Next is for afforestation or reforestation, we should know silviculture. Why? As I have said, in silvics, we are studying how a tree grows and how it responds in different environmental conditions. Let's say we want to go for a plantation of teak, right? We want to establish a plantation of teak, and let's say we are in temperate zone, right? We are in temperate zone. Will teak perform better in temperate zone, or will teak grow in temperate zone? No, it is a tropical species, right? So, without knowing this fact, you cannot go for afforestation, because before afforestation, we should know which type of trees suitable for that particular area, or the suitability of the species should be studied before afforestation or reforestation. For that, we need to understand silvics as well as silviculture, right? And next is introduction of the exotics. Likewise, I said a eucalyptus is not a native species of India, right? It is an introduced species, right? So, while introducing eucalyptus to particular area, we should know what are the conditions under which that eucalyptus grows in its native place, that is the native place of eucalyptus, how it performs, or what is the environmental conditions it is having in its native place. By understanding that, we can go for planting of eucalyptus in a condition where it reflects the native condition, right? Let's say eucalyptus is a native plant of Australia, right? So, we have to first study what is the climatic conditions in which the eucalyptus grows in Australia, and we have to find a similar conditions in India where we can go for introduction of this particular species or eucalyptus. So, for introduction of this species also, we have to study the silviculture as well as the silvics, right? These are the scopes of silviculture, and thank you for the attention. This is all about the first lecture, and we will proceed with the second lecture now, right?